The 2022 Sagittarius New Moon reaches its maximum phase at 2:57 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday, the 23rd day of November 2022 at 1 degree 37 minutes or 1.63 degrees, approximately 38 and a half hours after the Sun moves into Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the mutable fire energy of the zodiac, meaning it's comprised of adaptable, creative, active energy. The first of the collective zodiac signs, Sagittarius has an expansive energy that encourages adventure, exploration, and values the personal growth that comes through actually being out and about in the world. The wisdom that Sagittarius shares with others often comes from their first-hand experience, not simple ideology. There's plenty that works in theory, but it's up to Sagittarius to take those theories out into the real world to see if they actually apply as intended. New moon phases bring new beginnings and fresh starts to the matters of our lives. In the case of this 2022 Sagittarius new moon, the Sun is emerging from its 4.5-week stint in the shadowy depths of Scorpio. Now in Sagittarius, the Sun is not only bringing light to the surface, it's bringing up and out all of the truth it found while below the surface. Some of the truths revealed at this time will bring a breath of fresh air, but more of them will be like the releasing of breaths that have been held for many months, if not years. Finally, motives long suspected will be confirmed. Mysteries long unsolved will have breakthroughs, and questions that have been asked for a long time may finally be answered. This Sagittarius new moon will be a time of adventure, a time in which you get to learn from taking new actions, moving in new environments, and making new connections, all while testing theories through real-life application. The knowledge and wisdom you gain now will be information and wisdom you'll be able to draw from in the future and share with others. This 2022 Sagittarius new moon is also interesting because the truths that arise during this 7-day window will challenge many of us to reassess what is factually true within ourselves and in the world around us. We may continue to find ourselves confronted by contradiction, duplicity, and hypocrisy in our personal beliefs and values, and those challenges may intensify under this Sagittarius Sun. We may also begin realizing the impact of following others' truths rather than honoring our own. The fun part about these confrontations and the questions that emerge from them is that the answers and clarity we've been seeking will come to us as we're simply living our lives and going about our days. What's even more fun is that the answers that come may seem simple at first, but they'll transform our personal individual lives and could become the beginning of the earnest transformation of our societal institutions, the collective whole of humanity, and the world. The more people wake up to the factual truths of what's really been going on in their lives and/or in the world around them, the more they will begin making changes in their lives to align with their newly adjusted realities. And the bigger the facades of those who are determined to hide those facts will become. To that point, the tried and true saying applies here. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. We're already seeing it. Some of us are experiencing the fallout of get-rich-quick investment schemes that promised ridiculous returns, the great-sounding remote jobs that sounded a little bit too ideal, the public figure that made promises that seemed a bit too fantastic considering their past track record. And some of us may still be tempted by those glorious opportunities. It would be wise to look at everything presented to you with a healthy dose of skepticism and a larger dose of research and inquiry. Even if the new moon encourages new beginnings, don't begin something new just because it's new. Make sure it's the best new for you. It's easier said than done, though. That's because as uncertainty clears and disillusionment with our collective and majority status quo comes to the fore, more people are eager for change. As we're offered more or bigger of the same solutions that haven't actually brought change or solved problems, more people are waking up to the fact that things are unlikely to change unless they themselves demand change. This is why we're seeing more labor strikes, protests, and political turmoil than we've seen in quite a while in many different regions of the world, not just a few. These may be isolated incidents, But together, they also reveal a collective energetic awakening. Of course, on a practical level, making demands requires clear intention and solid organization, and those elements together are something that for many of us are difficult to find right now. As our societal institutions are undergoing massive transformation on a scale most of us can barely fathom, the only thing that feels stable or reliable is that collective sense of uncertainty and the growing awareness that major changes of course are needed now. However, under this 2022 Sagittarius New Moon, we finally begin to see the truths we're standing upon. With the reality of our current conditions finally coming to light, we each and all can begin to make choices that feel right for us in the midst of massive change. All of that said, there's definitely an element of uncharted territory in play here and now, as the collective of humanity will have never experienced what we are about to enter. A convergence of human consciousness, technology, and major shifts in global hierarchy are setting the scene for conditions almost none of us will know how to navigate. Yet, that's the adventure that's beginning for us under this 2022 Sagittarius New Moon. Numerologically, the 2022 Sagittarius New Moon occurs on a 22 universal day of solid social networks. In a solid network, these are the connections you have with others that are rooted in trust and reliability, forged through one-on-one exchanges of wisdom and shared experiences. They are real relationships. What's interesting is that under this new moon, you may recognize that some of the people in your network have outgrown you. Some of them you've outgrown, and in some cases, you're just moving in different directions now. It's okay to let these connections phase out, especially because this is happening within an 8 universal month of power and influence, in which individuals begin stepping into their personal power as they develop confidence in their relationship with the outside world and the universe. That they can trust that the answers and information they seek will come forward as they move forward living their lives. You may discover that some of the connections in your network no longer empower you, or notice that you're no longer making a positive difference for others. The overarching 6 universal year reveals that all of these energies present during this new moon phase are helping each and all of us to heal and overcome past traumas and challenges. And this will largely occur by allowing ourselves to let go of who we used to be in order to embrace who we've become, and by giving ourselves permission to have connections and relationships which support who we are now and who we are still becoming. The energy of the 2022 Sagittarius New Moon will be felt from Sunday, the 20th of November through Saturday, the 26th of November, 2022. Remember that everything coming to light now is coming forth, so you can see who and where you really are in your life now. Reconnect with your inner self and your inner truth, and the people who affirm them, and make choices and take actions which move you forward in alignment with what you recognize is truly and truthfully best for you.